That's the sort of journey I see that happens with a lot of people who stay with it, especially in not just music, but in film, in writing. You find their work getting a lot more personal and informed by a deliberate shift in lifestyle. Because
Hmm.
when a lot of artists are younger and starting out, everything is about getting this right.
Hmm.
Everything is about the success of it, and I think the markers between 35 and 40 years of age, where people, if they decide to stay with it, they stay with it as in a way where it becomes an asset to their lives, that not in the sense that I'm trying to figure out how to word it, but the content changes in a way where, like, it's clear that the person is less panicked about creating a product, and it's more just this person's living their life, and this work is a reflection of that.
Yeah.
Which I can't say is the case about everything that precedes death in life, but death in
Hmm.
life and everything after, for me, was that, like, it was this awakening
Hmm.
that I don't have to obsess about technology. I don't have to obsess about whether or not it is liked by the right people,
Hmm.
and I'm slowly shifting to now to focusing more on the space I live in, the people I surround myself by, which I wasn't really thinking about. I used to just sit alone and, like you kind of illustrated, just work on this and it was fine. I would just like
Hmm.
write. I would develop projects. I would go out with my camera by myself and just shoot scenery. And for 20 years, that was fine. Now it's not so
Hmm.
fine.
Yeah. It's the
I
same
got
with
tired of
me.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And I still yearn for it. I mean, there's moments where I yearn for it, but it's almost like I can get filled up quicker. I can have just a little bit of time to myself, or I can even be doing it with, going on hikes and, my partner's 10 feet ahead of me and I'm having just the exact same experience that I would otherwise, and it's just different. I mean, I think that is a positive thing because I think sometimes you see, people expect. Somebody just talking about Dave Matthews this way because I have a friend who is such an uber fan of Dave Matthews, and I loved Dave Matthews back in the day, but I really had lost track with him. I hadn't been following him, and she just saw him in New York. He was just there for a couple of nights, and she was just talking about how some of the fans they get so disappointed because they almost want the sound to stay the same. They want more of the same. And in her opinion, she's such a loyal fan. She's like, it's normal. We should hear his progression in life. And his last album, I think before this one, was more about family and was more about these more mature things. And to me, that's what art is. We're processing through who we are because we can't get beyond our own filter. And I was explaining to my boyfriend, I don't know at this point. I will always continue to grow as a musician. I will always work on technique. I do love it, but that can't be all for me. And I'm at this point in my life, I'm wanting to play to my strengths more than anything. And I feel like it's somewhere in the last 20 years, I did have that idea of like, take every opportunity, like get as good as you can, try this, try that, try this, try that. But I was, and many times getting out of who I think I really am as a musician and trying things out and going here and it was cool because it's like the pendulum. Like when I was over here, I learned this, and so then when I come back here to express my ideas, now I have that. Now I have this side to my music, and I think all of that comes together. But ultimately, I don't have that much more time on Earth, and I don't even know. I mean, I have
we
no
never
idea how
know.
much
We
time.
never know. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's now this different urgency of like just do what I can do, offer what I can offer, and the pursuit of excellence is not as important to me as being honest about that.
Yeah.